That's right. Are you walking or what? You're tuned into that three-wheel bicycle podcast coming out of Casper, Wyoming. We got an amazing episode for you. We got a guest in the studio. 10FOUR10. We chat with them fellows. See what they are up to. It's an amazing conversation. A little longer episode, but a very good one, as always. We get into some history as well. Some events going on around town as usual. We talk about the Barbie movie briefly. And just a bunch of other, things to laugh and get you to learn something. You're tuned in to Three-Wheel Bicycle Podcast. Forgot to hit the record button there.
Yes, I did. I was
Three-Wheel Bicycle Podcast. We're coming to you live on Facebook on a Sunday.
Hell yeah.
It's been a while. It's been a while since we've had some guests in the studio with us, which is pretty sweet. 10FOUR10, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thank you. You may so often it gets mistaken, so appreciate that.
Slacking.
I gotta get the shit up, man. There we go.
There we go. We got the applause.
They were applauding out there in digital land. It's
Yeah,
all right.
they were. Thank you, everybody that's joining us on the wonderful Facebook feed. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, I guess, because it's such a pain in the ass sometimes. We should be live.
Yeah, we are. I'm trying to get the screen up so we can see the comments.
The man's trying to keep the independent hard worker
You know what I mean?
down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Don't let them win.
We got some birthday announcements today. Rob Stotes, you might know him from Goners UK. Happy birthday to you. Amicia turned 2 today. Shout out to her. Went to her little birthday party earlier. Cute little son of a gun she is. I guess some other upcoming shows that we have going on here around Casper. Friday, July 8th at Oil City Beer Company, Zam Trip, Day X Day, The Band Repent, Proof of Life, Eternal Reality, Corpse Medicine. Ooh, that should be a good time.
Yeah.
Get on down there. Another
What date did you just say, Stevie?
July 28th.
Oh, 28th.
Yeah. And then the 28th as well at the Bourgeois Pig, Red Bush, Shivers, and Dead Ender, I believe. I think I wrote that down wrong. My apologies. Another one we have, Reese Productions is putting on a show August 18th, X-Rated and C-Mob.
That's crazy. I can't believe that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy stuff.
X-rated old school hardcore rap. Yeah. That's, man. I was blown away when I heard that. I was like, wow.
So I did not say where it was at because they are actually one of the sponsors of the show, B Diesels. And then we're going to get in. We got Little Shop of Burgers, Trailer Park Baker,
Hell yeah.
Debo's Painting, Two Bowls Tattoo, and Mobile On-Site Oil. Shout out to them guys. And now it is time for. That's right. Let's play some fucking ball. Shout out to the Casper Spuds. They swept the Zap in the 3-game series. They are still number 1 in the league, which is bad to the bone. They are going on the road for the next 6 games. And if they win 3 out of those, you can see them down at Mike Lansing Field, August 1st and 2nd. Should be a good time. Come out and support your local baseball team.
American pastime.
Exactly, yeah. Tickets are only, they're only $8 a piece.
Yeah,
or were.
And don't they do youth discounts or something too?
3 or no, I think it's 5 and under. Get in for free.
Yeah, shoot.
Or what have you. But either or, it's a good time to bring the family out and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's warm in here.
A little bit.
With the doors, I had to shut that
doors?
one, just because that.
People are strange.
Yeah, yeah. The AC out there is just it's so loud.
Right.
Another shout out I got to give to is the Kamikaze Kid. We can't forget
Hell
about
yeah.
him.
I like that dude.
Yeah, he's good shit.
Yeah.
He's a trained professional,
Yeah. He is.
just as we all are.
Oh yeah, he actually is. You know, and he's just such a super nice person in person. You know, so,
For real.
And superstar dad. You know what I'm saying? Like he is the real deal, dude. He's a badass.
Yeah, that's for sure. Shout out to the Kamikaze Kid. Now it's time to get into you guys.
Oh,
You
favorite
fellas.
topic, yes.
And he'll never stop talking about it.
Well, I truly do appreciate that you guys took the time to come on the show.
Thanks for the invite.
Hey, you're very
be
welcome. Man, schedule is just so crazy these
Yeah.
days,
Summertime is
and
nuts.
either or.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
It was a good excuse to get on the bikes and go for a little cruise, come out and see you.
Yeah, shit, yeah. So, 10 for 10. How did this all start? And I guess the instrument we got to talk to these wonderful, Spotify listeners and Apple listeners on the, those wonderful podcast platforms, but the Facebook Live. Just give them a rundown, the instruments you play, how it all came about.
John, you want lead on that?
Oh, sure. Yeah, so I'm the drummer or lead percussionist, whatever you want to say there. If you get it, you get it. But I've been playing drums on and off my whole life, or since 7 years old, and just self-taught, no formal lessons of any kind, and just
Very rad.
grew up, watching other drummers, going to either church or to concerts, and just taught myself, basic rhythms, and then just kind of slowly am still learning and growing and evolving in it. And originally started with my cousin Jeff, who used to live here in Casper, who was in the band Beastwood. And one year for Christmas, he got a drum set, and it was the coolest blue I'd ever seen, and I was about 6 years old. And so the next year I was like, hey, can Santa Claus bring me a drum set? And that's what started it all. The next year, Santa Claus delivered, and just snowballed ever since, and went to play trombone in high school, and never stuck with percussion except for just playing at home. And then started pursuing careers, and the drum set ended up in storage for about 8 years, and never thought much of it until Joey came along, and he was like, hey, if you wanted to give it a shot. I said, it's going to take me a handful of months to get back into the rhythm, but let's do this thing. And it's just been a roller coaster ever since. So
Heck yeah.
it feels good to be back on the throne and creating and just doing and teaching myself new skills. And it's just a good time.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's been on board for less than 18 months, and it's been huge. The growth that 10-4-10's experienced in that short timeline has just been incredible.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What instrument do you play, man?
I play guitar sometimes, and then I sing the rest of the time. So, 10-4-10 came about a couple years back. 10-4-10 is October 4th, 2010, and that's the date my daughter was born.
Nice.
Very cool, man.
Oh yeah, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. She's a huge moment of my life. So we were separated by the choices of her mother for 4 years, so as many alienated parents experience, it's just a miserable moment of your life. I went 4 years without, from 3 to 7, knowing my daughter. And we were together all the time, for the first 3 years. So it was really, really rough on me. Then, as I got them found, somewhere in the middle of it all, I started 10-4-10, and I just figured with all the social media facilities and, everything, that this would be a good way to, start making noise that she could find one day, So I named it after her. Got to work on it, got to working after it, and a friend of mine, Colton, he was like sitting around, he's like, 10-4-10, dude, it'd be sick. And it is a great name. We coined it, and that was wonderful. The original guitar player, Taylor, those two were roommates, so we started playing and writing songs and stuff and having a good time, and then through a handful of different member changes and everything, my now ex-wife Tracy, she had family that she needed to move for, and I just couldn't bring myself to leave Casper. So she went, but she drums on the Outliers EP that's available online still also. She was a huge piece in the whole thing, and that's when we decided that a two-piece was what was most rational for a modern band and what I'm trying to do and where I'm going with it.
Hell yeah.
A lot of the lyrics are very heartfelt and storyteller, so you don't need a big theatrical event to make our stuff work. But so John came on, we rode dirt bikes together, and we worked together for a short while. That's where we found each other, and as he said, he started drumming, and we picked up in a practice space and got after it. And it was really neat. John came in with a lot of structure. I have kind of the artist mind where you're just like here, there, everywhere, this, that, and the other, and ups, downs, highs, lows, lefts, and rights, and so he's like, what's a 1-year plan? What's a 3-year plan? What's a 5-year plan look like? And started to really structure it and write it down and do things. And finally convinced me to get out of home recordings. So we connected with the guys from 307 Reacts, their studio Snapback Records, which is Matt Greenlee from the Records.
Yep.
And
if you go in our archives, they were actually on.
Yeah.
I think it was like a while ago, but great dudes.
Yep. No, and they mentioned you guys while we were in the studio and stuff, and then Chris Butcher as well, and they were just killer. They really earned it. Going from DIY guys that just wanted to work in their own space and with their own equipment and see what they could make happen, to proving that a studio recording is amazing. And it's worth it, because they were pushing me vocally, pushing the timing, the structure of the songs and everything. They make them so pleasant to the ear while still holding on to our originality and what's us and what feels right, without losing any authenticity.
Coming in with a third-person perspective, too, like, okay, yeah, you're doing it this way. Like, I can get locked into just some very simple beats, and they're like, oh, like let's try this. How does this sound? Let's do, and
right.
So it's just, not only did it help the song, but it helped me as a drummer too, and Matt being a drummer, and like we were just we could feed off each other and build.
That was
off
the
each
most
other,
annoying part, being in a room with two drummers at the same time. Oh my gosh,
What
it was miserable. It was, Stevie. No, you're right.
what what do you one question that came to my mind that I was thinking about before I got to the house and shit. So what genre would you guys say you are?
We use the term post-grunge.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because grunge is dead, so you can't be grunge anymore.
Oh, touche,
But
man.
without a bass player, we're a lot of low-end, real chunky riffs. a lot of downstrokes, you know, and but we're also kind of a modern sound too, you know. So post grunge works best for a lot of people. Hard rock for people that, you know, just want it more blanketed. But by the time you tell them it's a 2-piece rock band, you know, they're kind of like, how does that work? You know, so that kind of buys them in a little bit too. And you know, you go up into Rapid and you use the term DIY because they've got a huge DIY scene up there, you know, so it works out great. They know what it is. They know what it takes, you know, because it's not punk rocky enough for the punk rock, you know, it's definitely not metal by any standards, you know, and so, you know, you just kind of throw it down in the middle there. And once you listen to the Kiss the Viper EP, you're like, oh, that makes sense now, you know, because you start with the introductory single, Headphones On, which
that's the one that just keeps going on in my head right
that's
now.
Stevie's favorite.
It is, dude.
There's like 600 and some views on it, and I think 595 are Stevie's.
Yeah. God. Yeah.
And the music video is all fun. If you haven't caught it yet, hit our YouTube channel. Anything social media for us is at 10FOUR10, which is 10 FOUR10. We try to make it easy. We run QR codes on the back of our business cards, and you know, we try to make ourselves findable, you know, accessible, and if you come to our shows, you know, we love talking with people, we love hanging out. We're not going to snob you after the show. I mean, we're not going to wait around for 3 hours in the blistering cold to sign your cousin's
To just say no.
yeah, baseball cap, but you know, like, we do our best, and it works out good for us. I mean, we put a lot of heart and a lot of effort into our songs, our music, our art, and our stage performance. You know, we try to show that, you know, and
Hell yeah.
and,
I tried getting there in time.
Thank you.
Well, the one show that I saw,
Yeah, and the local scene will get more of those, actually. If we're going to seek out a show and schedule, we try to go travel with it. You know, we try to expand out. We try to get a vacation out of the deal. You know, we can vacation.
For sure.
And but we have a handful of local things coming up. We'll be playing the Sturgis Bike Rally this year, and then we'll come back and we'll play the Bird's Nest Studio, which is over by Ace Hardware on 2nd Street. They do a real cool outdoor thing on Sunday, second Sunday of each month. And then there's the Rage Tones are coming through town at the Bourgeois Pig. We're going to open for them.
Rad.
That was a great feeling. I love when traveling bands reach out. So that's just wonderful. You get to go, like, throw down, meet someone that travels on the road, and, like, show them a good time, and, like, really get a crowd going for them, so they're like, yeah, hell yeah, I want to come back and play Casper next year, you know?
Yeah.
I sorry to interrupt. I totally forgot to shout out the PRD Entertainment. That September 17th, it's the Canton Barn Party, like what we were discussing earlier. Check that out if you're going to be in the area. Lots of wonderful musicians, artwork. It's going to be an amazing networking type thing. Sorry, I totally just cut you off.
So yeah, I mean, that's what we do. That's what we're about.
And your next show is Sturgis, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah,
cool as hell.
dude, that is like
It's gonna be so
that is like
fun.
the biggest pinnacle of our career. I mean, there's, you know, my daughter telling me that my music's terrible and she doesn't like it, and then this.
Yeah.
She's starting to become a teenager now. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. She's like, Dad, you're so uncool. And I'm like, honey, I ride dirt bikes, I ride motorcycles, I work on old Chevys, I sing and play guitar in a band. I'm fucking badass, kid.
Yeah.
And just know. So, you know what I mean? Fathers know, they get it. And so it's just wonderful. It's great. We've been having a lot of fun this year, and just been seeing a huge return on it. You know, our social media numbers are building every day. People are just really viewing. You know, and I do got to make a shout out to, like, all of those views you see. You know, you can go to some bands' pages and see these big, giant numbers and all these different crazy things, but every one of ours is a real view, a real stream, a real person out there watching and listening to what we're up to and really actually connecting to us. You know, we don't have any urge to have this fake robotic algorithm paid for to build our numbers. You know, we want to actually hear from, see from, see Stevie come sprinting across that window at Oil City Beer Company. Them bright little red shoes. I'm on stage, and I looked to the left. I was like, what the hell was that? And this dude comes running in, and all he wanted was to catch what you were up to.
Yeah.
He wanted to know more. He wanted to be involved. And that feels great, because, you do some badass art yourself. So that's just,
Thank you, man.
everyone that comes up and talks to us is amazing. But, to go from artist to artist is just, because we just experience life a little
different. Yeah,
than
differently.
Some people do.
So,
as you find out as you get older, you're like, wait, you don't see this situation like this?
Yeah. But that's okay.
Yeah. And so, as we can all kind of bond together and click together and stuff, it can kind of help some of us from bouncing off the walls and, keeping ourselves together and keeping ourselves organized. And that's what the band is for me. And so I hope it can be that way for other people too. It really keeps me organized and situated and on route,
Grounded,
awesome.
so to speak.
Yeah. Like barefoot in the grass.
Yeah. Unless they're snakes. I don't like snakes.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I have a really cool poem called Snakes Can't Reach Us here. It's in the Art with Words book that I released. It's available on Amazon and on our band store, and they're usually available for sale at shows unless they just sell out the show before, which happens. It's crazy. People love these freaking books. I've got 2 poetry books released, Art with Words, Writing in Thirds. I just released my first fiction writing. It's a 5,000-word short story, and it's called Act Accordingly.
Wow.
All 3 very, very badass books. I know I wrote them, but, dude, they're very cool, and I get great return. I get people that take them to, like, book clubs, and then, they order them as a group, and they all read my shit. My
wife's
that's
hardcore
so cool.
into books, man.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she's watching right now. So.
Oh, well, yeah. Head over to 10four10.bandcamp.com and look for the books. There's 3 of those 3 are all 3 available in there, and if you order it and you guys hit me up, I'll come by. I'll autograph it one day for you all too.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
Hell yeah, man.
I love that. So what's unique about my poetry books? So there's a lot of poetry out there and a lot of writings like that. So as you open up my poetry book, there's no numbers on any of the pages. So you just take it in as you go, and you can flip here, there, and they're divided into sections. Art with Words is fight, fatherhood, sobriety in Wyoming. And then Writing in Thirds is life, love, and the completion of time. And within there, thank you. Within there, you'll see you flip the book open, and you'll read this side, and it's a plain standard font. And you read my poem, and you'll like get your feelings and your thoughts, and you're like, yes, that's what I see that is. You flip the page, and there's a handwritten type font on the back side of it, and that's my explanation in a quick 1-page description of what I meant in those words.
Right.
So it's as close as I can get to having a conversation with every single reader and every person
That's
that
fucking
gets into
cool,
that book.
dude.
Pretty badass.
Thank you. Yeah.
I have to check that out. For sure.
Please do. And Snakes Can't Reach Us here is in Art with Words, and it's this great piece about living in your memories and living in your dreams. So, like, specifically in relationships, that's one of the easiest metaphors for people to grab a hold of. So in relationships, you're like, oh, this relationship happened. There was this buttery dream, like clouds and stuff like that were happening. And you're living in there. Well, then all of this happens, and manipulators come in, and, people that are angry or upset with their relationships ruin yours, or your mind goes kind of sideways and you ruin it, or they ruin it. And, when you look back and you live in that little perfect little time, that's when the snakes can't get to you. That's when it was good. That was when it was great. And it's nice, no matter how you end with a person or how a relationship ends, it's good to live in those good moments, because then, you can paint a better picture of them later, and they can have a better chance at moving forward. There's no sense letting someone live rudely or awfully in your mind, because
Rent free.
That's just going to pollute and ruin your brain.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If you knock the windows of a warehouse out in your brain, then that's what it's going to be.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm fucking guilty of that shit sometimes too, and I'm trying to like.
Oh no!
It's one of those
None
things.
us are
I'm like
perfect,
trying to like,
Yeah.
It's like what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Why does this
Get out of
even
there.
matter?
And so that's one of the pieces there, and that's kind of some of the different things that I like to write on and stuff.
That's badass, man. For
Thank
real.
you.
What I guess back to the music.
Yeah. That thing.
So marijuana.
Ooh, yes.
Okay.
Marijuana.
Yeah, just came out
Yes, it did.
not too long ago. The video is dope as fuck
Thank you.
because it's not like your original, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. In most music videos, you sit there and you see them just playing the instrument, which is not a bad thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, if you haven't seen their video, like, there's actual video of them riding and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Right?
It's bad to the bone.
Hell yeah.
There's a professional stunt rider in there, Brandon Woodhead, out of Sturgis, South Dakota. That dude dropped some stunts for our video, man. He is
Sweet.
a badass, man. He hosts shows up in Sturgis, South Dakota all the time that you can see if you follow any of the downtown Sturgis pages, man. You
gotcha.
can watch footage of this guy running and riding. So he lent his talents and got a 10-4-10 prize pack out of the deal, merch
Sick.
prize pack.
Hell
dude.
yeah.
And he was super nice in person, very cool to get to meet and stuff. But we were playing up there in a parking lot thing, and just in the off season, just earlier this year. And I stepped out on the monitor to hit this solo, and this dude just wheelies into the fucking parking lot. I mean, they were supposed to be. It was bike night. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's not like it was just straight 90, just and rips a big old nasty shitty and stuff. And I'm like, that's cool. I need that guy. And I'm like waving him in. I'm like, get in here, dude. And he was so nice. He like apologized for smoking me out, but it made the video so sick,
it
dude.
did.
I was like, that was the shot we needed, dude. Thank you. That was one and done shot too. That was real. That was a real life scene. All of those scenes are real life. None of that
Right.
was
Yeah,
staged in Marijuana.
he's featured on our poster or our ad for the Sturgis Rally. He's
Oh
in
yeah,
there,
yeah,
so-
that's right. So yeah, no, and
What day is that you
that's
guys are playing
August
there?
5th, the first Saturday of the rally. So if you're going the first weekend, Saturday 2 p.m. J&P Cycles, you can see us there. Get on our Facebook page. There's an event. You can check it out. You can follow along, and we're gonna rip it. There's talk of us playing an evening set as well as the sun kind of settles over. They might have
Sweet.
us rip back up again, but for sure that one's locked in. And we just couldn't be any happier. Ryan over there at J&P Cycle Sturgis was like, dude, we want to do this. He had a dream put together. I was like, I will show the fuck up.
Yeah,
Like,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
An invite to play the rally, dude,
Right.
fuck that. I'm
Yeah.
definitely going.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what's going on.
This is happening. We've been pumping out merch for days straight now.
Oh, that was the other thing I was gonna say.
Yeah, dude, just nonstop. Oh, we have a new character we are bringing. So if you follow our merch, there is the Gambler, which Jeremiah Johnson tattooed on the back here.
Oh, he's bad to the bone.
Nice.
Jeremiah, he
Jeremiah's a badass.
Yeah.
You guys should get him on this shit. dude.
we I talked to him like this was when it kind of first started going on
Yeah.
and shit, but yeah.
Yeah.
Busy schedules.
And then like this thing's just like a couple days old. Jeremiah knocked out for me the other day. But so like the Gambler exists, Patricia's existed. She's a female version of the Gambler, like they're kind of counterparts.
And the
And then-
gambler's like the skeleton with the hat on, right?
Yeah, yep. So back here.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's what's on your merch, correct?
Yes, yep. So the Gambler shows up on T-shirts, hats, tank tops, hoodies, and things like that. And then he's got a whole storyline to him too. Every piece of him means something in the writings. And then there's the eyeball, which is currently in our font. The 10-4-10. The O is the eyeball. And then Jeremiah's gonna throw down it's this severed hand once again, but squishing a heart. And that'll be on the left side, so it's like the difference between what you see, what you feel, your conscience,
Hell yeah,
what
man.
you should and shouldn't be doing in life.
Shit, yeah, man.
And so, so those characters will all be there, and Patricia's gonna sit this one out, and we're bringing a new girl, Clarissa, to this event. And you guys will have to keep up with the social media page to see what she's all
Yeah,
about. She
I
is
fucking dig this shit.
dope. She's a fucking badass, man.
Nice.
She is old school cool and modern day hot, man.
How do you
And,
how do you go about finding the stories, I guess, about these characters? that you're presenting?
Yeah.
I'm bringing out these big words now.
Yeah, what do that mean? So, like the gambler, you know, he is. So my daughter and I were sitting around for Christmas 2 years ago, the Christmas before John joined the band. So, and we're sitting around doing art together. She's a way better artist than me, man. She is awesome at what she does. And so we're sitting around drawing, and she's like making me commit. We're supposed to draw X number of things each day that we're together, you know. And so she set this whole game plan up.
Oh, very cool.
And out of there comes the gambler and Patricia, and the severed hand concept's been around for a long time in my life. I've been drawing those guys for years.
I was
They run
gonna
around
say
tables. They do things all over.
I was gonna say I've seen that before.
There
I've
are-
heard about 10-4-10. No
Oh.
bullshit.
Good. Shit. Well, cool. I hope so. So the gambler, you know, he comes about. He's got the rose on the hat on his hat, and that's, you know, to the traditional theory of, you know, like the rose in art and drawing. It means, you know, people have lost loves or wearing your life on your sleeve, you know, things like that. So that's why the rose shows up. He's the gambler, so he's got every suit. He's got the spade because till death. You know, he's got the diamond with a cross in there because he holds strong. He's got a heart on the opposite side, and then he's got a king on his sleeve because he's the king of his own world. And the club is over here, and you know, he's got a lot going on. He's got 7 teeth, you know, the holy number because he's a believer, and one's a gold tooth because money over everything. He's got 2 zeros on his hat because he's a 2-time loser. He can't never win. And there's a lot with him. In the rose is a yin yang, and he can never find his balance. So that's the gambler, and that's him. That's who he does. And then Patricia came about. That was, you know, like his counterpart. You know, she had the female symbol as a queen. It was a queen sign on her shirt, and the female symbol. And then so that's where they come from. And then the eyeball, you know, old hot rod, old school, you know, pinky out, you know, type stuff, and my old school severed hand character, and squishing that eyeball, just like really grabbing every drop out of what you see, what you experience, what's around you. And then the heart one came about for Valentine's Day. It was actually a request from my friend Otis to draw. It was great. These things started just selling like crazy. Like the band's at hiatus. My old drummer has left the state. I'm kind of thinking about dropping that and doing writing and art. And the clothing is just like selling. Like I create this whole store just for the clothing.
Sick,
And yeah, it's just
Love
feeling
it.
awesome. You know, I told my daughter after she left after Christmas, when I sell enough gambler shirts to get the tattoo, I'll get it done. And it's like a couple weeks later, I'm talking to Jeremiah. I'm like, dude, let's do this, you know. So Jared Campos introduced us, and oh, so happy he did. Man, Jeremiah's been a treat. And we sit and bullshit for like an hour before and after each tattoo, you know. And then so get the gambler done, do that, and then yeah, I mean it's been great. Got contracted by a guy out of Denver that does like pot reviews. We're good.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Okay. Weed reviews down there, and
Not marijuana. Marijuana.
Oh, and so we'll use this to segue back to marijuana. Remind me when this hits. Okay. So the little severed hand goes running across the table, and that's his original design. He's a 4-legged object that runs. And in this contracted piece, he's smoking a joint that's burning from both ends. And then there's a short poem called Northern Nostalgia inside on the piece. And he was selling this on T-shirts and sweats and loungewear and stuff, and it was freaking dope. You can still get the mesh shorts off of our website, and I think I'm releasing sweats this fall with that design on it.
Bad to the bone.
And so marijuana, 2 huge words there. Obviously, marijuana is not a real word, right?
Yeah,
it's a buzzword, right?
Yeah.
Because I love nothing more than being able to Google myself, right?
Yeah.
Because back to my daughter being able to find me. You type in my name, you type in 10-4-10, you type in Maya Music 307. We're the first things that pop up. Pictures of us, videos of us, audio. Boom, 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 boom.
Hell yeah.
As my daughter said, she doesn't need to take pictures of me. She can just punch me into Google. And that's a great feeling, man. So I needed a single, man. I needed a piece off this EP, which Headphones On took over. And I love Headphones On, so I got no regrets. But Marijuana was supposed to be the damn single.
Really?
And yeah. And so it just released. It's gaining some traction, though. So, but Marijuana is marijuana and nirvana. So in the chorus, you know, you're talking about it, and it's, you know, Nirvana was a huge piece for me, man. My childhood friend Blake Bedsall from the hard rock band Saul, him and his brother Zach are in a touring band called Saul, and when we were, 7th grade, 6th grade, something like that, Blake's older brother Caleb, rest in peace, showed us Nirvana. He's like, here, look at this fucking band, you little shits. He's way older than us, you know?
Yeah.
And so he throws us a bone, and we're checking this shit out, you know, and this pre-cell phones, pre-anything. And
Oh, yeah.
and I'm like over there, I'm like, Caleb, when's their next CD come out? And he says, that dude's dead. You know?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, so, you know, so there we sit, and we're like, fuck, you know? And so, but Nirvana, huge piece for me. You know, it was like accessible music that anyone with heart and passion could do. You know, you didn't have to sit in your fucking room and play every fucking scale and know every fucking minor note and how to fucking hit frets every single time, you know, but it wasn't punk rock either. You know what I mean? There was a little more melody to it. It was melodic punk rock, you know what I mean? It was a little bit redneck too, you know what I mean? You know, all those guys were small town, you know, I'm small town, and so it's just great. I just took to it, you know, and of course, you know, the fucking smoking pot throughout all your life, you know, as, you know, teenager, 20s and stuff like that. And
I'm still a connoisseur. I don't give a fuck.
yeah, dude, I respect it, and I believe it should definitely not be fucking putting people in prison.
No,
for a fucking plant when people are out here fucking touching little kids and beating the shit out of kids and beating their wives and getting drunk and wrecking into fucking people's cars and shit. But anyway,
running people over.
Fuck. Yeah. Dude, no, for real. Yeah, man, I agree. And so yeah, I combine those two things. But I am 7.5 years sober of everything. I let no substances free me from reality at this time. I told John's cousin Jeff, if I ever get signed to a real label, I'll get the straight edge X's on my hands. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man.
I'm taking it serious in life, and it feels great, man, to actually be present and here for every fucking moment is a whole different thing.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And but those two things, man, those got me through those tough moments of life, teenage, 20s, you know, all the relationships, all the fucking this, that, the highs and lows, lefts and rights, you know. So I fucking slammed them together, man, and I made Marijuana, dude. And with the help of John, this was... a lot of the songs John inherited. I mean, he wrote his own drum beats to them, don't get me wrong, but, you know, they were already kind of songs. And Marijuana, Soapbox, You Rebirthed Miss Heard, and Scour, you know, but like, Marijuana was the song I'm most proud of that John and I wrote together, you know. And it shows. You can just hear it. It just stands out in the set, too.
Oh, yeah.
When Marijuana hits, it's like, dude, it's fucking hard, you know.
Who came up with the concept of throwing the riding videos or riding clips? I guess.
Oh shoot, I think that was just obvious for us.
Yeah, yeah, no shit.
You know, at that point, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We were trying to be accessible. Chris Butcher keeps always telling you, you know, be accessible, be known. That's what we're going through. Especially Americans, but society, humans as a whole, right now are going through this giant like accessibility. You want to know people, and so many people, like in big cities, they have very little human interaction, you know. They do their job, they play on a video game, and they're digital almost 100%, and so people want that feeling again, you know. And we're going away from synthetic music a bit and going towards a more natural music, and more natural art is being sought after, and people are wanting to go out and do, you know. We played a kick-ass setup in Rapid City that was in a fucking park at a shelter house. Dude, some badass bands show up. System Restore from here in town, Boss's Daughter from Reno, Nevada, and gosh, who were the old boys that opened it up? And they were cool as hell. Lifetime friends that have moved apart, and the drummer just drove all the way from Kentucky to hang out with his buddy, and they wrote some songs and opened the show up, you know? It was such a cool, happening little time, dude. People barbecuing and stuff, you know? And I'd love for that to be the way the world's going towards. So, yeah, you know, when Chris helped us do, Chris and Matt helped us do Headphones On and Skyrocket, then it was like, well, marijuana just needs to be us in our natural environment.
Right.
So we did some shows where we did a run to Kearney, Nebraska, Rapid City, South Dakota, and Sturgis, South Dakota, off season, you know, and we just recorded footage, man, and it was fucking dope footage, you know. So that's what plays is during the verses, and then the choruses is just us out doing our thing, you know, and letting people know that, like, this is who you're funding, this is what you're funding, this is who you're supporting when you get into us, you know what I mean? Not only should the music help you, but, you know, if you're going to give $20 to some motherfucker, it's us. You know? Right? Living in a van, making love to someone else's dream.
Word.
John's a hardcore 80s hair metal guy, so he's got to, like, educate me on all these hair metal things. Because I'm like Social Distortion, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, you know, like punk rock, Iggy Pop, you know, and Thursday and shit like that, you know, and he's like, you know, and it's dope. It comes through in his drumming, you know, and it's such a wonderful treat, you know, because, you know, if I had a drummer that did all the same shit I did, we wouldn't sound fucking cool. You know, we just sound like another.
So how
guys
does
hanging out.
So how does this work? Okay, do you who was the first one to come up with, like, okay, check out this drum solo I'm doing right off of this, or you know what I mean?
So like are you talking like musically, like how we kind of just
like I mean, as
Really,
far as like how the
writing process looked like, you know,
Yeah,
why does
thank
the
you, yep.
set sound and look like it does? That's 100% John.
kind of hard to explain, but
I just struggle to play my.
Hey,
chorus.
you're on
So-
Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast. I'm going to ask you some of them good questions.
I can think it. It's just hard for me to get the right words out. But so like I think when I came to Joey one day, because I was just after I got comfortable. We were still running the Outlier stuff when I was still new to everything last summer. And I was listening to Guns N' Roses, and now I can't think of the name of the song.
If it's Sweet Child of Mine, that, you know, oddly enough, that's was released today in this day in history.
Nice.
I have some more for you, too, after this.
It's just all sword. Are you one of those guys?
Yeah.
That's dope, dude.
I think the song is called "You Could Be Mine," but I could be wrong. But that's
okay.
like the main lyric in it.
That's
And it's just this super heavy opening, and it was like it was this really cool drum through. They're like,
that's the one that they did for Terminator.
okay, yeah. And then
the
the guitar kind of fills in, and you know, I mean, I was just really grooving it, and I was like, Joey, obviously we're not going to copy what they're doing, but like we need a nice heavy intro song, kind of styled like this, where I could fire in, and then you come up with this riff. And so he was sitting there, and you were messing around with something, and you were starting to put it together. And in my head, like I said, I have no classical training on the drums, so I can't even tell you what sheet music looks like for a drum set or what note is what. But
It's very confusing.
oh yeah, I listen to it, and I'm like, okay, like try like a different shuffle here, a different simple beat here, and then it slowly, as his part evolves, then I can evolve it. So it starts as just simple beats, and then we work on different transitions and different builds, and like. And it snowballs into this huge thing, and then our opening song that we're running right now, Soapbox, is just this really cool build, just kind of like boom, punch you. We're in here, we're playing hard, we're rock, you know.
Right.
Whereas like we started off, you know, with the Outlier stuff, it's softer, but you know now we're coming in to just attention grab, you know, we're just boom, we're here, and then we keep it up, and then we dive into the softer stuff, and then boom, another hit, you know, just to keep. You know, people engaged, and
I thought the soapbox was written from the Get Him to the Greek movie when his dad's like, yeah, you should open up with Coming Up. Nobody remembers that. Greatest rock and roll movie of history.
But that's where, like, coming in, like Joey was saying, his ex-wife Tracy, you know, she was a great drummer, and I didn't want to duplicate her style, but I also didn't want to, like, totally stray away from it either. You know, I didn't want to completely rewrite the songs, you know, because that's history. That's the band's history. I didn't want to come in and just, you know, like, all right, nope, I'm here. We're all doing new stuff. And it's like, no, I'll try my best to emulate it, but I'm not gonna be that anymore. It's not my style. You know, we're two everybody's a different person.
Yeah.
You no matter how hard you might want to be like somebody, you're not like that person. So, you know, but like you said, it's just Joey usually comes up with the riff, or he's like, hey, check this out. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's build off of it. So we just sit there and we literally just kind of stack off of one another. And like, we could be in the middle of practice, played that same song 100 times over already. And in my head, as you know, we're practicing, I'm like, oh, let's try something different here. And he'll either look back and go, well, that was pretty freaking cool, or like, oh, that was not cool at all. Like, let's not do that again. Yeah. So, you know, and same with him. Like, you know, biggest thing we're working on right now is coming out of solos and transitions out of solos, and because I'm terrible at counting bars, so it's a lot of guesswork back what I'm doing, so yeah, it's just a lot of work and feeding off each other and working on cues and. Yeah. And like I said, we're just building, and you know, it's just we try to practice and stay fresh, and sometimes it works out, and sometimes you show up and it doesn't work out. So
I think one of the coolest things that I've heard from pretty much every single musician that's been on the fucking podcast or anything, they have no idea about sheet music. They just go to town, which is so fucking cool because like. You're not following off of something else. You're creating your own style. You know what I mean? Yeah.
How are you gonna, you know, duplicate what's done and done and done and done and done and expect to make an impact on anything? You know?
Yeah.
And you know, and like neat things like in Headphones On, it's a 2-note fucking song. Anyone who understands
Very
guitar
catchy.
realize that there is literally 2 notes the whole fucking song. You know? And so we were just kind of jamming it because it's such a simplistic song as we were getting each other's groove, right? You know? And I was just like, all right, drum solo, you know? Because it's like, I'm not going to write a solo to a 2-note song, you know what I'm saying? And fucking, he just rips out this fucking thing. I'm like, oh, shit, John. Dope, do that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So, and on a side note, for one of the most asked questions we get in Headphones On during the solo, on the breakdown, there's a little Suzuki car that jumps off of a fucking monster truck jump. That is John in that fucking
100%.
car. We do all our own stunts.
Yeah.
So
don't try this at home.
When was that? When did you do that?
So that was back summer of 21, the opening weekend of the fair. They had the monster truck tour come through, and I love monster trucks. It's always been a huge fan since I was a little kid. And
Which one was your favorite one?
Oh,
don't say Bigfoot.
Gravedigger.
Okay.
Always been Gravedigger. So early day Gravedigger. Like if any true fans out there, Gravedigger number 7, by far my favorite truck.
Lucky
on the
number
line.
7.
They're all the way up to like the 34th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 4th. Who knows?
Yeah.
But number 7, you know, that's the one that came here to Casper years ago during their 20th anniversary. I got pictures of it of me and my dad standing with it, and
very cool.
I've seen videos of it, and it's just one of the coolest looking trucks that they built in that line. So, but anyways. So monster truck rally, I've had this little 89 Suzuki Sidekick, and it's been in the family for forever. It was my mom's car when she was running us around when we were kids, and then they've upgraded and just held on to it, and it became my car when I was 16, so I drove it on and off throughout the years, and then it kind of just sat there stagnant. I was doing some off-roading with it and whatnot here and there, and then I got the wild idea. I'm like, I'm going to tough truck this thing, and talked about it on and off for a few years. Like, oh, I'm going to do it. And then these events would roll through and would never have tough trucks with them. So I'm like, whatever. And then finally, they're like, hey, we're doing tough trucks. And I'm like, I'm going to be in it this year. So I had a good friend of mine named Andrew weld in some bucket seats and with like 4-point harnesses and everything. So I'm sucked into this thing, and I'm like, all right, here we go. And the first show of the day.
Wait, I got to interrupt at that time. He just described the safety stuff that he had in the car. We roll up, one dude's back of his seat doesn't work, so he's got nothing to catch him on. That thing's laying backwards. Another guy, I don't think the freaking door worked, and these guys are all just like, hell yeah. I'm like, oh, fucking hell yeah, dude. And I went to go be in the pit, so I fucking brought my little pit bike with, and because I was like, fuck, if we're going to hang out. And everyone thought I was in charge because I had a fucking pit bike. It was
So the day show, Joey's there, we're running around and we're doing the course, as they plotted out, and there's a couple little jumps here and a little bit bigger jump there, and do the first show and everything goes smooth, and we come up and Joey had to take off for the day, so it's just me for the second show, and I'm like, all right, we do the two rounds or whatever they do of it, and the first one's like the normal one, then the second one they're like, all right guys, like this is the verbatim, I don't remember, but they're like, this is the grand finale, and we're like, all right, cool. They're like, okay, like, we're just going to pretend like they're going to go off script and you guys are going to do whatever you want to out there. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And that's what I heard. But allegedly there was some point where they changed and they said, no, like, don't hit other stuff that you're not supposed to. But I didn't. Thank you.
Thank you, Stevie.
I did not get that message.
Yeah.
And so I go out there and I'm the whole time I'm doing this, and you can see it in the video. I mean, you hit the little mud hole that starts out and you rip through the stadium, and I'm like, okay, first jump, the second jump, and I go out to the far end, turn around by the ambulance there, and there's a little like monster truck, little like stub jump out there. Then I was like, okay, I'll hit that. That was, I probably got a couple feet of air off that one and kind of crashed down hard. And then I'm like, in about probably 2 seconds, I put it in my head, I'm like, all right, am I gonna just go around and just hit the other jumps and leave the stadium, or am I gonna hit that stupid fucking monster truck jump, which is a Jersey barrier, which was like 3-4 feet tall,
right.
Piled with dirt, and about halfway to there, and I'm just on the floor in second gear the whole time, and I'm like, fuck it, we're gonna send it. Just channeled my inner Larry the Enticer and was like, fuck it, I'm still gonna send it.
Yeah.
And I just up there, and it was the most surreal feeling that as you sit there, you hit it, and it's like time stopped at the apex of it. So I literally kind of like side-eyed over, and I could see, like, if you've been in the grandstands right there, you see the announcers where they stand. Is there, like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 feet up in the air, and you're like right there, and I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, literally, it was slow motion to me, and then you just start going down, and you're like, oh dear God. And I hit the ground so hard, jarred my head back and forth. Thank God I had my driver's window down, and because my head kind of flopped out the side of it, and I should have had a neck brace on, but what's safety.
Right.
Psh.
Also, good thing the window was down so you could go.
Right, yeah.
The rock horns at the
I
end.
hit the ground so hard,
It's the most badass moment.
literally, I'm seeing stars, like literal flashes of light for about 45 seconds, and I can hear everybody just, ah, and I'm like, oh, how cool. And that's why I throw the horns out the window, and
Dude.
I'm just so out of it. And they come and they bring the little Traco out, and they push me off the course, and I was just in such a daze after that. I think because of the concussion and everything else.
The brain damage.
Oh yeah, destroyed the body mounts on it, and it surprisingly enough, though, it still runs. It doesn't want to suck its own fuel up, but it still runs off starting fluid. So that Suzuki, this is a plug for you. You guys built good stuff. So I wish you were still around, at least in the auto industry.
Right.
Oh,
But no, it was a good time, and if we've somehow lost the fuel injector to that thing as we were trying to get it started again. It might have gotten
magically, it's my fault.
yeah, it's always Joey's fault, no matter what it is. But I'll do it again someday. I just got to get the little pile of car running again. So, but it was a good time, and like I said, it's featured in the video, and it's on my Facebook page. So if you ever want to catch it, in color and the full sound there, it's there. So just gotta go back a couple years, but yeah, no, it was a good time, and by far probably one of the most fun things I've done thus point.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, it was dope.
Are you guys gonna go watch the Barbie movie?
I thought about it.
I don't think I'll make it to that.
My daughter might want to go watch it.
Oh,
my
yeah.
nephew wants to watch it too, or my wife.
Yeah.
My way.
No, I won't have any reason to be at that kind of an event.
Yeah.
I mean, but,
I know that. Well, it's like the new. I guarantee you that's probably got to be like the box office like #1 hit for the.
really?
Oh,
What's
yeah,
this?
dude.
Is it a cartoon?
No, dude, it's like a real. It's like a real life one.
Oh, like
Yeah.
so who plays fucking Barbie? Because all I've heard, is like, oh, Barbie gives this irrational thought to girls that they could never. So proportionally, how'd they get a Barbie out there?
I don't remember what her name is, but I believe she played in that Leonardo DiCaprio movie, Wolf of Wall Street. Remember that blonde gal that was in that?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's her. I think I could be mistaken, but either or. The thing that attracted me to it was like the Ken guy, and he was like holding.
Wait. Do we have that on recording? What attracted me to the movie was Ken. Hold up.
What time were we sitting at? So that way I can go ahead and we'll just make that a clip. Yeah.
Put that right on button orange.
We're
What
at
attracted me to the movie?
Yep,
was
53
Ken.
53 minutes.
Oh shoot.
No. Well, there's like a little clip of him, and he's holding up his numbers like he's in jail, and he's like
shit.
smiling. So I'm like,
What old Ken do?
yeah, what did Ken do?
Knock a dude out.
Yeah.
Stealing Corvettes, keep Barbie on his side,
Yeah, pink ones. Oh shit. I seen this thing that was kind of interesting today. So apparently at Disney World you can get like these Mickey Mouse cups, right? Like a coffee cup. Mm-hmm. And on the inside of it, it says Mickey, right? Well, in the liquid, when you pour something in it, it says Wicked.
Oh, yeah?
Weird. Here's the other thing that I seen on there. So back in the day, there was a cartoon with Mickey Mouse. It was black and white one.
Yeah. Back when he was like Steamboat.
Yep.
Okay.
And he was putting holes in this cheese and putting it on the conveyor belt.
Okay.
But if you actually look at it, he's taking it and he's putting it on his thing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Disney's got some pretty crazy.
All right.
Well,
I don't know how much time we have, but
Well,
when
we
you dive
got
into
all
those
the
Disney
time.
movies with the fucked up shit in them, the covers having man things on them, the
Oh.
little priest and, you know what I mean? He's marrying the two of them. I mean, all that stuff's there. It's not up for debate. It's like it's right there.
Yeah.
Well, the original old school, just like Looney Tunes and all that was not meant for kids.
Yeah.
All
No,
that
it's-
shit was for adults.
It's crazy watching it now because as a kid you're like, oh, this it's a cartoon, it's funny, but as you mature and you start to learn some of the stuff, you're like,
Right.
whoa, like even like Nickelodeon and stuff I grew up on. You go back and watch some of it now, and it's like, oh, that should not be in there.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, so, I mean, Ratfink tried to save us all. I mean, shit. Dude. It was Ed Roth making fun of Mickey Mouse, and and Ratfink was projected as the bad guy, but Ratfink didn't ever put his thing in nobody's cheese. and Ratfink was always gross, and there was monsters and stuff, but it was never indecent because Ed Roth knew children were going to be drawn to his stuff. So you notice there's never tits hanging out. There's never a lewd moment. There's never, smoking, drinking, doing cool, fun stuff like we all do.
Like we all do to try to come up these days.
And so, Ratfink is, I mean, I don't know, dude. It just goes to show some stuff, like when people want to judge people with tattoos, or judge people that are on motorcycles or in the culture, and they're like, society's like, that's the bad person, And
That's straight facts, dude.
Without going all Scarface, you need the bad guy thing. It's like, there's visual and then there's actions, there's what you do and what you say, and we at 10-4-10, we do what we say, we mean what we say, and we do it, man. You know, the timeline might be a little bit different than planned, and you do, but fuck, man, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna fucking do it. You know, and that's what we try to, you know, get across to people as we work with them. And then once we work with someone once, or once they hear us once, usually they're about it. You know,
right?
And
well, that's what I try to do with like my artwork and shit too, man. Like I don't know. Oh shit!
I love this garage setup, man.
Thanks. It's a little messy. It's seen its better. Yeah.
It's an artist garage.
Well,
man.
if
we came in, it was all clean and organized. I'd be like, "What's wrong with this guy?"
I'm nervous.
There's Canvas Rebel. Canvas Rebel magazine did an article on me.
Yeah, woo. Got you.
I gotta give a wonderful shout out to my wife Jessica, because she's good with the words.
Nice.
The
yin yang
grammar. Grammar.
Letters next to each other in a proper order with spaces and periods.
But I was so grateful for all that shit. Like, should you?
My wife's the same way.
Yeah,
we have a literal like magnet on our fridge that my wife put on there, and it says, "I'm silently judging your."
Yeah, that's why I have to write everything out ahead of time. People, you know, like freestyle lyricists, those guys are a whole different thing.
Dude,
Right.
That's a whole, and don't get me wrong, like some of them, they have prearranged systems, you know, like traditional guitarists, like Jimmy Page, you know, he had go-to pieces, you know, that he would come to. So like when some of us are like, and then you think of something, well, they have repeat items in there. They're like a go-to thing that they default to. And then they'll hit that, and then they'll come out of it, and then they'll fucking, you know, have things to say. But like some of them are super, 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 super fucking intelligent, man. That's bizarre.
I guess we didn't do it this time around, but usually, like Josh, he creates like a little beat, like fucking 15, 20 minutes before we do the show.
Yeah.
And then I'll just go off of it.
Oh, nice.
And it's like the intro and shit.
A guy that taught me how to, well, it didn't teach me how to write, but was a huge influence on my early writings. Back when I was a teenager, he was a recovering junkie that was living in my town, and he just kind of like walked around. His grandparents let him stay in one of their rentals and stuff, you know, and but he had gone through like private art school his whole life because he was just he was all on scholarships. I don't, you know, and but we would sit around and burn sage and write, and like, you know, he'd write a phrase, I'd write a phrase, and we'd try to move, you know, and I was just like, it was like there was no other teaching like this, you know what I mean? I wasn't seeing anything like this leading up to this moment, and that was when it was like finally like, oh shit, if you only write about yourself, you can only go so far. So then we started writing about each other, and then we started writing about the room, and then we started writing about the town, and then the state, and as you start to evolve and explode that, you know, then and you should just go into this whole thing. And I don't know, our writings are such a collective of stuff, but yeah, I mean, you can freestyle. Yeah. Is that what you were saying?
No.
Well, I
cannot.
He does the little beat thing. I guess
Yeah.
I don't know if it's much of a freestyle or rhyming, but I do it from time to time.
See, but it's great practice to just always do that. Get out of your pocket and get into a new thing. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, like I look around and see a lot of your art, you know, and yeah, man, it's freaking awesome, dude.
I'll show you some more after we're done with this. It's probably fucking trip your mind.
I like your Medusa head over there. The first rock band I ever seen is called Vendetta, a band called Vendetta Red out of Seattle, Washington. And their second major label album had a Medusa character. And she happened after the apocalypse, and she was like taking over society and stuff with her Medusa snakes that had grown and stuff. So
yeah, that's what I'm doing after we're done with here. You know, get back to work on that sucker.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go deliver it.
Oh, nice. It's a commission piece?
No, I'm not going to talk about it on the air, but I will after we're done.
Oh, ooh, spicy potato.
Yeah.
Lag. Yeah, no.
Oh wait, this one was better.
There we go. Here's a little bit of history for you. In 1967, the Detroit riots started happening. There was 43 deaths and 1,400 buildings that burned. That's pretty crazy. And that was all due to poverty and racial issues, which doesn't really surprise me.
No.
You know what I mean? I would
It's
get
a great way for the government to pit us against each other. Is those two themes right there?
word. Yep.
You know, I mean, you look through modern history. I mean, you know, it's usually the theme that they get us to go up in arms about or start stabbing or shooting each other over is those things right there. I mean, fuck.
Well, this is outside of the next history thing, but you brought up a good point. Something that I kind of wanted to say, I guess. You know how there's this big old fucking everybody's feathers are getting rustled, nonetheless, about the Jason Aldean song, the Small Town one. In my opinion, I believe that is going to start up the racism shit even more. Reason being is because all I see is, oh, did you see this rap song? Or
Will you give me the quick version of what's happening there?
I have not even listened to it either. I've
cool,
seen
yeah.
all
On
the
my
people
TikTok
bitching
scroll
about it,
right
but I
now.
haven't listened.
Yeah.
Will you catch us up? What's the most basic definition of why people have a
Yeah,
problem?
why are people pissed off?
because apparently there's like videos or something on there that's depicting, I don't know. To be quite honest with you,
I see.
the song is like fucking. It came out in, I think it was like March or May, and like now people are.
They're just now bitching about
And
it.
now as
Yes.
Hunter Biden's under huge scrutiny, suddenly everyone's got a problem with it.
Yeah, yeah.
And Joe Biden was just failing lie detector tests, so now all of a sudden Jason Aldean's the enemy.
Yeah, like
Oh,
it
makes
like,
sense then.
Yeah,
When you say it out loud, it makes more sense.
but I think it was like more drawn towards like what was I seen a comment about how what the fuck was it? I'm drawing a blank now. About how someone with fucking race, nonetheless.
Right.
But I don't know. I guess the way that I fucking depicted the song is like it's what happens in a small town. And, you know, the other thing, too, is a lot of people that are bitching about it on fucking Facebook have never lived in a small town.
Yeah.
Right.
I spent a lot
All
of
the
years in a
cities.
small town, man.
Well, I was born and raised here.
Casper is the
fucking
world's
small.
biggest small town.
Right. Well, that's why.
Casper
I'd say
operates like a small town, definitely. You know, you can get that splash of anonymity, which is what I love about
Right.
it. Like, you know, but for the most part, you know, within two people, you can know the
call
next
it-
person.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I mean?
call it downhill from everywhere because I've lived in
Perfect.
lots of little towns. I mean, small towns, 300
Yeah.
people.
Yes. Yep.
Lived
Same.
in Phoenix, big,
Oh,
huge,
shit.
and I'm like all the time, no matter where I live, I'm like, I want to go back to Casper.
I can only ever visit big cities. I was driving through Atlanta the other day, and 8-lane traffic standstilled 4 times, you guys. 4 times, dude. And I'm like, holy.
He travels more than I do.
I travel a lot for work and shit, so I'm always in like anywhere oil.
Even better, you get paid to do it, right?
Right. But yeah, you know, go down to Houston or, you know, Oklahoma City or
Yeah.
whatever.
Dope.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. I hate it. Like driving in Denver.
Stop in at some
seems
venues
like
and
it's
tell them
pretty
10-4-10 is coming.
bad. Yeah. Give me stickers, dude.
Yeah.
I've been
Oh,
putting
dope.
3-wheel bicycle stickers in hotels
My-
around this fucking
So we use
nation.
old school cool sticker guy out of Las Vegas. It's a suburb, but and he does the old school vinyls that are black on white.
Better than
And here, I'll show you one. So
Yeah, you give them
if you
to
see
me,
them
I'll
around
stick
town,
'em.
they came from someone else. But they're the vinyl, black on white, you know? And so you got the QR code right there.
yeah.
And you'll notice inside the little one is the gambler hiding in that
Oh, yeah.
little circle.
sick, dude.
So, yeah.
That's cool, man.
I'll get you some more going, but right now.
Yeah,
I got
I'll
3
put
in my
these
pocket, I think.
all over the place, dude.
Skate kids love them.
Oh shit, dude! Stickers are dope as
Dude,
fuck.
I go to
man.
hotels and I'm like sitting in the back area where they have the TV and the barbecue, and I'm like
Yeah.
drinking my beers, and I'm like, right there. I could stick one right there.
Right.
For the guy that's sitting on the couch drinking his beer, just looking around, and he's like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
It goes
You
over
know,
there. That's
exactly, man. I love that. I've always respected and appreciated graffiti, because anyone who doesn't understand graffiti could watch Bomb It, BOMB. Yep. Fucking watch that movie, and if you've never touched a rattle can in your life, you'll be like, "Oh, graffiti's dope."
Yeah.
That's why they do it, and it's wonderful. I mean, it's free art everywhere, and those artists don't charge us to see their art,
Right.
and I mean, and they take boring, stale items and make it lively and fun, I mean,
And then it gets
there's some of the
torn down.
gang traffic graffiti that's a little peculiar, but
Yeah, that
for the
kinda
most part, the
shit's-
artists that are just out there
that's
rolling and rattling,
I
like
believe
that
that's
shit's dope,
totally different.
I noticed when I rode through Atlanta, all the road sign and all the overpass graffiti was black and white strictly,
Badass.
and I don't know if that is for a reason or what that was, but
I don't know.
but yeah, everything that was on the main fucking drag was all black and white, only graffiti, and it was kind
that's
of
badass.
neat.
If you go down to St. Louis by the Arch,
Oh yeah,
have
yep.
you been there recently?
Not since I just went through St. Louis, but I didn't have the timeline to go close to the Arch. But during 2020, I did roll through there and got right down next to it, and
Did you see all the whole wall that they dedicated to graffiti artists?
neat, dude. No, I
It's
went after dark,
crazy.
and I was like, "Fuck, where's my gun?"
Dude, yeah, it was gnarly in the day. It was
Dude, yeah.
gnarly in the day for me.
Do you guys ever watch Scribble Jams back in the day?
No, I have.
Did you guys ever get into that? That was like a Wisconsin area deal, and they would do graph battles, MC battles, and
Really?
yeah. There's like one DVD that's got Little Kid Eminem there, but yeah, those were cool shots and
Wow.
stuff. So, but yeah, man, that's like my favorite part about traveling is you get bored and you just look for train tracks and you start watching the trains go by and you're like,
Yeah.
something
Right.
fun again.
Right.
Yeah.
And like.
There's that one dude. I can't. I want to say he tags fart. I think it's fart.
If I ever
Seriously,
if you
there's
teach
a
me-
following on
If you
on
teach me how to
Instagram.
spray paint, dude, I'm gonna do poop.
You know.
2 eyes, 2 O's.
Those
as
are eyes. Yeah, love it,
Smiley face.
Awesome.
love it.
I
I'll watch for that to
on
start coming up.
everything at my work, dude. Like you walk around my work and just look around, you'll see random places.
I don't really do the whole graffiti thing anymore because I got thrown on blast a couple years ago.
I'm too
Right,
fat and
right.
lazy for that, man. Fuck, you got to be in shape to graph, dude. To get to spots, and then to get away from them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
My-
I was more of
My
a
40-yard dash
bathroom
is like
tagger.
A
I was
10-minute
just gonna
fucking
say-
ordeal.
I was gonna say he had to go real far into the bathroom. But,
There's a couple other
Fine.
guys around town. I think the North 40. I'd really like to get them as a sponsor.
oh shit.
That'd be bad to the bone right there.
That'd be cool.
Oh, they got a whole brand new painted side of their building. You could spray paint some shit on.
Oh, the contracted piece went away too downtown off McKinley.
Yeah.
Where
Nope.
They had Derek and stuff working.
No, that was actually me.
Oh, educate me.
Yeah, I sure will. So when you were talking about how that shit, and then I was like, they took the building down. Or
The wall.
Yes,
they put
sir.
that whole steel
yep, I was the guy that organized all that. And
covering it up.
No.
Oh, the original artwork.
yeah, I covered
Oh.
some of it up too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, we'll talk about that after this. Either or.
Got you.
Yeah. So Jardine, years ago, I put a post out on, remember Casper Man Cave? I don't even know if that's a fucking thing
It's
anymore.
still
But
Yeah, it's still there.
hey, it'd be really cool if there was like place around town where we could just like paint.
Yeah.
And the backlash I got off that was pretty disgusting. But Jardine messaged me and he's like, "Hey, I got this building.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to."
Because the side of that building was all fucked up beforehand. You know what I mean? It had been constructed and reconstructed, and something had to have fallen down at some point because there was like
Yep.
Yeah, well, there used to be another building attached to it.
Well, yeah, either or. Years went on, this, that, the other, and then I seen a post where they were tearing it down. And there was all, you know how Facebook is, all them comments. Oh, this person, da 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 da. And I was like,
Those
well,
comments helped me poop.
word. Yeah, better than a shampoo bottle.
Yes.
But yeah, and then I like chimed in there and I was like, hey, I was actually the guy that fucking started all this, that, the other. And whoever it was in that company, hey, it'd be really cool to meet you. We're going to have food down here. It'd be really cool or we'll feed you. It'd be cool to meet you. Sweet. I'd really like to take some pictures. I went down there at fucking noon when he said to come down there, and it was already half torn down, dude.
Oh.
Yeah. So to me, that was a big fuck you. You know what I mean? The time, the money that went into all that shit.
Yeah.
Which is pretty sad, but either or, life goes on. I'm a gallery artist these days,
on
fellas.
A happier, lighter note, on a happier, lighter note of the whole thing, you know, when the pieces were up, it was nice to drive by.
Oh, fuck yeah, it
You know
was,
what I mean?
dude.
And
Yes.
people that were visiting from out of town, I'd go driving by it. Like, hey, Casper's kind of hip. Look, they let some artists work.
Yep.
You know,
Right.
and you know, but
Sad deal. Either or.
yeah.
Yeah. What else do we got on the lineup
Hey,
here?
I'm starting to remember these buttons, bro.
Shit.
What's this one do?
Beautiful.
That's why we wait.
Love it.
That's when we wait for Stevie.
Oh yeah.
Did
perfect timing.
Yeah.
He's
Did you
flipping
guys
through his
hear?
notes.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about the man that sued McDonald's over a Happy Meal?
No.
Did
Because
it
he-
not make him happy?
Did it burn his
Word.
wiener?
That's exactly what it was.
He put his thing in it.
He put his little Mickey Mouse in it.
Those chicken nuggets are too hot.
Oh, I'm eating over processed plastic food and I'm angry.
Yeah. But that's just crazy because it's like fucking, man, people bitch about anything these days.
What,
even-
he literally was
Anything.
suing because he wasn't happy?
yeah,
Oh,
that's really
Oh,
what it was.
fuck, that was real. Oh.
Yeah, for
I could sue every time they don't fill my French fries up because I'm not happy.
yeah.
But you didn't get the Happy Meal, bro.
Yeah.
Well, there was that
I guess
Taco John.
he was a grown ass man that getting a Happy Meal, so
It's your fault. Maybe.
Well, they just gonna go to court and be like, there was no ending in there. It didn't say happy ending meal.
yeah.
That's on you.
Yeah.
yes.
Maybe he didn't like the toy.
It's like I thought there was gonna be a toy.
It's got too many pointy parts on it. It won't fit.
Yes. Now the show begins. All right,
Yeah.
everyone viewing in, disregard the first half of the show. This is where it starts, right here.
We were just warming up.
It's now straight dick jokes and sex toys from here on out.
Cover your ears.
No more of his thing will be said.
That's just crazy, though.
Yeah.
I wonder. I don't know.
I wonder if I could find a get rich quick scheme.
Oh, you
know?
can.
Well, I'll be
I wonder
quite
how
honest.
many hours these people commit to coming up with these fucking things, though. And
Dude,
do they actually get rich by
There's
the end of it?
people
you know?
that have full-time jobs. My wife works for lawyers. She
Okay.
works in a lawyer's office. People literally, that's all they do is drive around the country and try to find out ways to sue people.
Wow. I
And
mean,
there are people that make
like, dude, I
money off
kind
it.
of
But
dig
I mean,
my
after
job,
a while,
you know. But like, nobody loves working for a living, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
know what I
Right.
mean. But you find something you dig and you do
Yeah.
it, you know, and you put your fucking heart into it. And that's what their heart does, huh?
I guess. But I
different
mean, after
strokes
a
for
while,
different
it's,
folks.
it's never a long thing. After a couple major ones where you win money, they're like, okay, you're doing this shit on purpose.
Yeah. Red flag.
I gotta catch
eventually.
on somehow.
So, the love of reading. So everyone's seen Fight Club, right? I mean,
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
everybody out there, everybody in here, right? Okay, cool. So the author is, and I'm gonna massacre his last name, Chuck Palahniuk, right? So he has a handful of great fucking books, and I mean, like straight up, like Fight Club is grand. Wow, I mean, like fucking awesome. But he's got some other shit back there that's dope. Um, they made a little movie out of Choke, very cool too. If you don't like actually reading, but he's got a book called Invisible Monsters, and in lieu of that, you know, like this thing goes where this little like, and this is like from years ago. This like Fight Club movie came out in '99, so these books are all like pre-2000. So this transgender individual going from boy to woman, and like 2 or 3 other friends run the countryside, and they find high-end neighborhoods where houses are for sale, and they go tour them. While someone's distracting one, they're up raiding the fucking jewelry box, the medicine cabinet, getting lit, going on, hitting the pawn shop, on with life, right?
Right.
So at one point, the main character gets shot in the fucking face while driving down the interstate. Stray bullet through the fucking dome. And there's this whole conversation, this whole thing, and just a mind-blowing fucking book. But yeah, like, I don't know, I guess maybe there is still some anarchy out there in the world left, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is, I believe.
Hopefully.
We'll see. Now I'm a family guy and got kids and a job, and
Yeah.
all that is not so conducive.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my
yeah.
thoughts and shit might still be going that way, but
Right.
now I have to be a fucking person, a cog in society.
A citizen.
Yeah, that's the word. That's the one I was looking for.
Yeah.
I don't even really give a shit anymore.
Right.
To be quite honest
Yeah,
with you.
yeah.
I mean, there is nothing that you can do or say to me that's going to fuck up my day.
Yeah.
I don't do anything that's fucking, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how I go about life anymore.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what
I
I
try.
mean?
It's
Like,
it's truly
try.
like whatever the numbers you want to use. You know, it's like 90% you, 10% the situation. You
if I
know?
can make people happy,
Oh yeah.
laugh,
Perfect.
if I can inspire you,
I'm a pretty grumpy fuck. Due to life situations.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I do let it make me grumpy.
Oh man.
I shouldn't, but I mean,
I'm pretty certain that I'm like the most happy-go-lucky, fun-loving dude. And I, on the regular, especially from children here, like, why are you pissed off all the time? I'm like, I don't fucking know. Let me lay it out for you, though.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
I am pissed off all the time. And it's like, but I do wake up with the intent to fucking make my day good and maybe one other person's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Me
saying?
too.
Yep.
Like
I
that
do.
is the true goal. And as you travel the countryside, you realize most people do.
Mhm.
And there's this depiction, these made up characters in movies, TV shows, the media, the news is just as fucking made up as
Yeah.
anything.
oh yeah.
And they make these characters. And then people think those characters exist because they live within that show and that series.
Mhm.
You know, and they think these characters exist out there in the real world, and it's like, well, nobody's really on purpose like that person, you know.
Mhm.
And just like the joke, you know, when I was making my way over here, I said the address wrong. I was like, oh, they'll probably send me in the right direction anyway, you know, because like, you know what I mean. Most people are like, oh shoot, you know, you call them wrong number, and they're like, oh shoot, you know, no, this is this number, you dialed something wrong, you know. And I don't know, you know, I think if we all just got out a little bit, interacted with each other. I've heard some people say, you know, if front porches came back, the world would be a lot better place.
Word.
I don't love
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
that much, but
Yeah.
I do like the front porch idea. I like the metaphor of it, you know, for
Yeah.
sure.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm cordial to my neighbors. I say hello. I wave to the one old boy across the street. You know, he always likes a good wave, and I do too.
Do you do like this?
Oh, it is for sure.
What up? Yeah,
'Cause
that's a South
he'll-
Dakota thing.
He'll be hitting the lawnmower, and he'll just give me this one as I go by, you know? I'm
That's
like, yeah, man.
yeah.
But we watch out for each other, too, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like some goofball magazine sales lady was at his place, banging on the door, acting all psychotic and stuff, and I'm out in my front lawn. I just hit record on the camera. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, this bitch does something wrong to him. I'm gonna have evidence of it.
Yeah.
And if I have to run over there and help, I want evidence of what
Yeah.
happened. You know.
Oh yeah.
And she left and stuff, but it's like, he's always helping out in the same direction. So.
Throwing up the
Right.
wave.
Yep, he's always lighting my day. He's up 3 hours before me every morning.
The cup of sugar and shit.
Yeah. I get some sugar.
Hell yeah.
Try and make some Kool-Aid
I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go to my neighbors and ask them.
for a cup of sugar.
Yeah, just I don't even really need it. But.
I would give it to you. I don't know if I have a cup of sugar in my house though. Yeah, all the food
Right.
comes with so much sugar anymore that you don't have to keep sugar around.
Ooh,
Right.
that's a damn good point right there.
Unless you're a trailer park baker,
Ooh,
Yeah.
then you need some sugar
Yeah.
Need a little sugar. Everybody needs a little
for
sugar.
making all those delicious bakery items.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yes.
How are we sitting? How are we sitting right
hour
now?
23.
Bad to the bone.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Shoot.
What else do I got?
I wish we would have brought
I
our
don't know.
instruments. We could have fucking rocked out for you.
Hey, next time.
Nope.
Next time.
Down. We'll
Oh, that's
we'll
fucking
back the
awesome.
bike in, do a fucking little burnout. And then
Oh
start
yeah.
playing,
Well, it's actually on my Vanderheiden Design YouTube channel. Because I messed up when I uploaded the video.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
Let's get on there right now.
my man Travis Roach, rest in peace, I miss you like a motherfucker. He had a Sportster here, and we like did this fucking skit. It was for, I think Trump was going back in office, or there was like it was election time, so the little mascot
Side note,
was
there's
this.
that Honda from earlier.
There is I didn't bring the squirrel out here, unfortunately.
oh yeah. Where is
The Todd's, I think he's in the house
For
somewhere.
every time someone said,
But fucking, we did an election campaign for the squirrel. Fucking golden, man.
Dope.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It took like, I don't know, maybe like an hour, 2 hours just to shoot, but it was so funny.
fuck yeah.
Travis is on his Sportster right over here, and like we had the fan going. Classic, good
I'm actually-
shit.
I'm
You
gonna
know what I
take
mean?
back for that. So that would be. Was that re-elections? That'd been 2020.
You know,
2019. What? Yeah, fall of 2020, right?
No. Before that.
well, it was when.
The first time Trump was.
Oh,
Yes,
first election.
yes,
Sorry.
yes,
Oh, so
yep.
16.
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't even remember anymore.
Oh yeah, fall of 16.
That sounds about right. 2016.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was funnier than shit. 'Cause he's like, "Should I bring my bike in here?" I'm like, "Fucking perfect, dude."
Really? Fuck yeah.
Good times, good times. Well, do we got anybody commenting? Do you want to ask
A long
these
time ago.
these wonderful fellows some questions? Well, we have them.
Annette says we want Todd.
We want Todd. I know. I think he's downstairs. He's fucking hibernating.
Taking a nap.
Yeah. Yeah. Today is National Parents Day and Vanilla Ice Cream Day.
Oh man, I feel great. I'm glad that it's National Parents Day.
Yes, I feel so much better about
My
day
kids straight told me this morning.
now. That's dope.
They did not.
Oh,
Did you guys see that real cheeseburger that they offer in Thailand?
What is
nothing.
It's
Nothing
a
about
real
this sounds
cheeseburger?
good.
Yeah, what is a real cheeseburger? Like,
20 slices of cheese
Oh,
on 2 buns.
it's just cheese.
oh, I talked about this with someone the other day, and I can't remember who it was. But is the cheese warmed up? Is it just straight 20 cold slices of cheese on 2 untoasted
Although
pieces
I
of
used
bread?
to not refrain from grabbing a block of cheese and just.
Yeah, Velveeta, dude, I would
Like-
eat Velveeta.
Is it just like
yeah,
a?
with a spoon.
Is it a mega grilled cheese? Like, what are we
I
working
don't know.
with
Well,
here?
when I
I
seen
think if you're gonna put burger in there, it's well. I was gonna say
right?
it's got to have some kind of
Do they
Freaking
burger
meat.
up the cheese?
Well, from the pictures
little
that I seen, it
granular
would be like a, like a double cheeseburger, like that bun, and then just 20 slices of cheese inside that motherfucker.
That's
Cheese to meat.
That's a cheese sandwich.
Yeah. That's you're not pooping for 2 days.
Yeah,
I feel like it's something I see in like the old
That
school
depends.
Scooby-Doo.
Or you're pooping every 20
If
minutes.
it's craft singles.
Right, yeah.
yeah. I wonder what kind of cheese they're
Cheese
using.
product.
There's just so many variables to this real
I know.
cheese sandwich.
Do they toast the buns?
That sounds like a cheese sandwich to me.
Is it
It's
butter?
just
Is
on
it
a hamburger
mayonnaise?
bun.
Like what's on here?
I didn't get to see it. I'm just imagining that it's just cheese and 2 hamburger buns.
That's what the picture was. I don't know. I've
That's
never
not a
tried
burger.
one.
That's not.
I'll probably never go over to Thailand. Maybe someday, but unfortunately, I can't get a passport.
Well, it's a little overrated too. I don't know. I didn't go to Thailand, but flying on a plane for 18 hours is.
Oh, that
Dumb.
sounds like a fucking blast.
You have to have some really good movies and music on there.
I watched 3 Marvel movies.
I might have to relapse and drink.
That was different.
Coming back in for this one.
Liberty, get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking dog.
Oh, yes, John. Look right above the trash can. Oh.
Oh shit.
Yeah, every time she comes in here, she fucks up
Pulls all the
everything.
cords and shit
Yep.
out.
Yep.
What y'all doing in this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Y'all need a little bit of me?
Oh, so
I love
awesome.
And she doesn't know how to pick her feet up very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
awesome.
she's something. Here's another.
I think she's available to take with you.
I'll take her home
Yeah.
right now.
Okay,
You
perfect.
got, a
dog
you
person,
got a
so-
saddlebag.
My sister will give you a kiss on the face.
Right there.
Were you guys Ninja Turtle fans?
Yes.
Did you know that
Yes, I was.
Nickelodeon now owns 193 episodes of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated?
The
Nine-
old school cartoons?
Yep,
Where they could say
1987
heck?
through 1996.
Sweet.
Because keep in mind, they could say heck before any of the other
They could.
cartoons.
They did.
You know what I'm saying? That was
Yep.
a big thing.
I really hope that they actually put them out because I'd really like to watch them again.
Yeah.
You know
You
what
can
I mean?
find them. You can find them. Well, I don't know now that they did that. I know I was showing Ollie those when he was, I don't know, 5 or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I found him. I don't remember where I found him. I found him on some shit.
Some streaming
Yeah.
shit.
Do y'all remember a cartoon Heathcliff?
oh,
hell yeah, man.
Fucking
yeah.
right, dude.
It was the roller skating guy with the headphones.
Yep,
That was my
yep.
fucking
You do
jam.
kind of look
Oh,
like a
dude.
Heathcliff.
Twice as mischievous, bro. Raised my kid on Heathcliff, man.
Hell yeah.
YouTube had it, so I would link a little iPad or iPod to the damn TV through a cord, and we'd fucking YouTube Heathcliffs all the
Oh,
time,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, I remember that show very much. I watched
that was
fucking
dope.
Heathcliff.
And then you had the Cadillac Cats. That was
Yep.
the side cut thing, you know. They
Yep.
were like the
Yeah, that's kind of when I stopped watching it when they started doing that.
yeah.
But yeah, it was. I was watching Garfield and Heathcliff and fuck, what else was on? I don't remember. There was like 3 other cartoons
Right.
that were on
No,
at
there
the
was,
same fucking time.
What's
Like,
the
one after
farm?
the other.
What's the farm scene one then?
I don't know.
But anyway, if anyone can think of it,
Hee haw.
Yeah.
email us. How old were you again?
Oh,
No,
hee haw.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
you mean on Nickelodeon?
It was? I think it was a Nickelodeon thing.
Well, the farm
There was
thing on
like the
Nickelodeon
little-
that I remember was like, "Hey, dude."
No, it was a
They had that-
cartoon still.
Oh, it was a
It was
cartoon.
like one of the characters was like a little chicken that was half or had its feet sticking out of the bottom of the shell, but was still in the shell.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then
Yeah.
fuck, who was the main character of that?
Well, that was like Coward the.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
a whole nother scene, yeah, too. Ed, and Eddie and fucking.
Oh, didn't they have the little chicken with his feet sticking out the egg in that? I know what you're talking about. I can picture it.
Yeah, I
know,
was just
man,
gonna. I can
feel the
picture
whole
it
vibe
too.
of
But
it. And it was in the same animation style as like Heathcliff and
Yep.
Garfield and them.
Yep.
You know,
have you guys watched the new Beavis and Butthead yet?
I haven't, not
I
yet.
haven't got around to the new ones.
Pretty
Really?
pretty
do
bummed
love
this season,
The old ones, man.
dude.
I just don't sit down long enough. I guess, man.
same.
I
Well,
don't-
they're still
I don't like
Beavis and Butthead,
anything.
bro. It takes
Yeah, it's
20
a
minutes.
fucking 12-minute fucking
Yeah.
episode, right? Are they doing music videos?
Yes,
No,
sir.
well, they do.
Oh.
They do
music
some,
videos,
and then like other things.
That
and then
too.
they
broke
like
my
comment on
heart.
like they're watching a YouTube video.
Okay.
They sit there and comment on it.
This is
and
like
shit.
just us, just chilling.
Right.
Yeah, essentially.
Dude, I bought the DVDs years back. You know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck yeah,
Oh, I
dude.
have
I'm
the
an
whole
adult. I
collection.
can buy my DVDs, Beavis and Butthead, and fucking throw it in. And there was no music videos on
Yep.
the DVDs.
Same bro pissed me off. I bought it on my
Fuck
fucking
bad.
when I had the old school iPad.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
The first
yeah.
or the iPod, when
Right.
the first one you could watch videos on.
Yep.
I got that shit. The whole thing, all
Dude.
of them, and yeah, right away it was like so stoked. I can't wait for the Pantera video.
Yeah.
Nothing, no videos. It's like fuck.
It's probably with
On
someone
the
with copyright or something
Right,
like
it's-
that.
Yeah, I
it was
bet
all-
you it
it's
would've
the-
cost a fortune
it's
to drop
the
that.
MTV thing.
And
Yeah.
then on their CDs, the Beavis and Butthead CDs, there was a Nirvana song that didn't exist anywhere else on Earth. And Beavis and Butthead, like I used to be able to do verbatim their opening scene to it when I was younger, you know, because it was like, they're like, yeah, death. This fucking shit's cool, you know, and they're like talking about Nirvana and
Oh,
stuff.
it was a Bleach song. I
It
believe
was,
it's the hidden song off of Bleach or something, wasn't it?
Maybe. It was Moderate Rock.
Yeah.
So yeah. Dude, yeah, all that shit was dope, man. And it was like all like serious metal bands the rest of the fucking CD, but there was Nirvana on the opening track, dude. That shit was cool.
Beavis and Butthead.
Huge fan, man. Giant
Yeah.
piece of American history there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm telling
look,
you.
my wife's explaining.
Oh, nice.
Sheldon is from Garfield. Sheldon is the one with the eggs.
It was the side cut of Garfield, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
yeah,
can see
dude.
it, but I was like, I know I've seen it. But
They
I
do a
can't
Garfield
place it.
skit, and then it'd cut to like on the farm.
That might have been the Odie show. I remember they after Garfield they had one that was just Odie.
Really?
Yeah.
And you know, fucking that dude was just sitting around smoking fucking weed, staring at his cat and his dog when he wrote that shit.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, what I mean, there's like you start to look at it like when you, as a kid you're entertained by Garfield. As an adult, you're watching it. You're like, what the fuck, man? That dude's just sitting around watching his fucking cat and dog, man. There's nothing more to that, you know.
What was his name? John from
John
Garfield.
Arbuckle, there you go. John Arbuckle, man. A cat that
What?
just
I wonder
smashed
what
on
that
lasagna
dude did
and
for a
stuff.
living.
He was a writer. He was an animator.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he wrote the cartoon about himself.
Jesus, I obviously did not pay that much attention
yeah,
to the show. Just
yeah.
the
It's
fucking
just him
cat.
just sitting around chilling, yeah, you know, and the cat would be smashing lasagna and stuff like that, you know, and pastas. And
I feel
things.
I feel him as far as that goes. Dude.
Oh yeah, dude.
I love me some lasagna.
Can confirm.
Man, I'm hungry.
For lasagna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there's anywhere that has good lasagna in this town. anymore.
Bosco's, my man. Shit.
That is
I
one
haven't
place
been there for fucking ever.
Oh,
I've
love
never
it.
been there.
You've never
Really?
been to
What?
Never been there.
Oh, definitely do
That's
that.
like where you
dude.
take your wife for fucking like anniversary.
Oh, yeah, I've been
Yes,
trying to.
yes.
I'm a
Why?
busy man these
My daughter's
days.
a huge pasta freak, so we have to like head there each time too, at least once or twice while she's here.
Nice.
Oh,
I like
shit,
that,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And it's all homemade right there.
Yeah,
Right.
dude, they're really making
Right.
that stuff, dude. It's
Right, I just forget about it. I haven't been there forever.
it is always very well filled, but you know, people move through and circulate through. You don't
Right.
have people just chilling at a table, you know, because there's just it's a nice
Right.
small little spot.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
food is always on point.
Hell yeah.
It's like almost like a dive bar, kind of.
No.
No.
Veal
Like
parmesan and
wear a
shit.
nice.
Well, no, yeah,
outfit and
but the
stuff.
concept I was saying is it's like
Well,
a
it's
hole
just
in the
tiny
wall.
little
hole in the
table.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can do that term, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
like wear a nice shirt and stuff like that. I mean, they won't kick you out for wearing whatever you're fucking wearing, but out of respect for the environment that they're
Right.
creating.
Right.
Yeah, it's like it's a small
It's a house.
business.
It's like walking in
fucking-
somebody's house.
Dude,
Yeah.
yep.
And they got little tables. all
It
set
can't
up
be
and
much bigger than this garage. Literally,
for real?
it's small.
Yeah. And they got the tables all set up and stuff, It's
shit. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
it's dope, dude.
I'm gonna have to take the girl, my
Do
gal.
it. Yeah, shit, man. She'll be like, "Oh, fuck, Stevie.
What is this?
This place is sick."
I'm used to McDonald's.
Oh,
Too funny.
It's
Wrong
not
one.
Silver Fox prices, but it's fucking class
Right.
and
Yeah.
just
right.
on point food. Silver Fox is badass food.
Oh, I
though,
love the
too,
Silver
man.
Fox.
I mean, if
Me
you're
too.
gonna pay steakhouse prices, you better get Silver Fox quality food. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh yeah.
I mean, you got to be ready, to have a couple dollars in your pocket. But dude, when the food's like that, man,
It's
it's
worth
like
it.
here,
100%.
take my
I
money.
call it armors.
Or yeah. Well, yeah. What's the difference?
Oh,
What's
yeah.
the difference in the name?
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. I
Yeah,
don't know
right,
why
right.
they still have.
Is Armors like the family that started the Silver Fox, or did Armors like buy it from original owners? Does anybody know?
I just know when I was a kid, that's what my parents and everybody called it, armors.
Yeah.
And then they had a silver fox sign one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, man. Like for real. I don't know.
It's
I
all the
wonder if
same
anyone
people.
in Casper
Yeah.
It's the
knows.
same people.
Right. Yeah.
It's one of those. Maybe
Mystery.
that should be put on that list of Casper mysteries.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was I took my girl for her birthday the other day, and afterward we did a little motorcycle cruise up the mountain and stuff. Man, it was a beautiful little night, But
Oh yeah.
Shit, yeah.
they fucking
Bacon knots, bro.
slayed.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's what I heard after I left too. Like everyone's like, "Dude, did you get bacon knots?" I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And then
I can tear those.
Fuck. So now I gotta go back.
Yeah. Bacon knots and they're like freaking hash brown casserole, whatever.
Oh,
the funeral potatoes.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
Spinach
Potato.
artichoke
They were
dip
doing-
is right there.
They were
with it
doing
all,
black and prime for the special. I was like, "Can I?" It was like they were like talking about how slow the night was. I was like, "Can I get a cut from the fucking middle?" She's like, "Sure."
Nice.
I was like, "Oh, fucking right." And then grabbed an end piece for my girl and stuff. And fuck, that thing moved when I cut into it,
Oh yeah.
and just
Yeah.
like fucking, oh man,
Yeah, they got some good ass prime for sure.
yeah.
You know where to go to if you want a really good burger, right?
Little House of Burgers.
Little Shop Burgers. That's right, baby.
I knew it was
1040
a name,
North
and I
Center.
fucking fucked that up.
Are you guys still showing movies in the back room too? As you're
Well, unfortunately, that projector's all jacked up right now,
Gotcha,
but
gotcha.
you can still rent out of the back room.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll even come there and I'll entertain.
All right.
What's a food you like that most people don't?
ooh, oh, I don't know if this
Same
exactly
question
answers
for
it,
you when he's done.
but
forget every food I've ever
Karen
ate.
and Jim's green chili spaghetti. Dude, what a
That
concept, man!
shit. That shit.
The
was
green
good.
chili on the fucking spaghetti, dude. Like, if my homie was like, "Hey, come over, I'm gonna make you green chili spaghetti," I'd be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you, man? Like, make green chili or make spaghetti, one or the other." But I seen it on their menu, and I was like, I need to know what this is. And fucking man, like, I used to live right up the street from there, dude. And I would go there like on a Saturday afternoon and just order
man.
that, just
Maybe
smash
that's
that.
where you reckon. We used to go there and sing karaoke like every weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Though they had the one pool table back there and
Yeah,
stuff, Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'd be stumbling over that fucking table. Jim would come out and shoot with you,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and throw extra shots at you and shit. And
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, is this fucking
Jim
guy?"
Jones?
No, the guy that
The owner,
owns
Jim
Karen and
Jones.
Jim. Karen and Jim. That Jim.
He'd be like, "Whose tab are all those things on?" He's like, "Oh, you guys just keep having fun," and then he'd wander off, and he'd just like,
Try the
That's
Kool-Aid.
what owning a fucking business is all about. You know what I mean? Like just going in and kicking it with your customers
Oh,
and shit,
yeah.
dude. Like, fuck, man. And he
For
never
sure.
was intrusive about it or nothing. He'd just be kicking it, and he'd shoot a couple games here and there. He'd get like in rotation with you. You thought he was just some dude, you know?
Right.
And finally, like 3 or 4 times later, someone's like, "That's the fucking owner." I'm like, "Oh, what a nice motherfucker."
Yeah.
you know, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Cool guy.
you got
Do you guys remember when that hotel was doing all you could eat prime rib off Poplar there? The
Negative.
Ramcoda?
Yeah.
They would do Friday all you can eat prime rib. And holy fuck, man. I did my best to put them out of business every time I went, man. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. I'd have been there.
Little parking lot session, roll in, fucking be like fucking
That's the one with the
$300 worth of
pool,
prime rib
right?
in by the time you're like rolling yourself out. Yeah, yep.
Did
the
you-
restaurant's on the right just before the pool.
Did you guys see how that other hotel is like abandoned now?
Oh, the old OYO.
Dude.
Oh,
so
yeah.
when I go to work to the
Right on the
Spuds
river
game,
there, that one?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
Driving by it, you just see like the curtains open, like shit's fucked up, and
Yeah.
well,
I mean, it was never that great to begin with, but
No.
it's kind of skeevy its whole life. But
well, I'm not gonna. Another guy that I work with works on that crew or whatever, and went down by the river, and there's a hole in the wall, and he said he just watched like homeless people like coming out of there or whatever.
right.
But man, I kind of want to explore.
I used to work for
Braver than
Coke
me.
a couple years ago, and on one of the routes I was running at the time was at the OYO when they were a Coke account, and the main lobby level wasn't bad, but we had vending machines up on the second floor, and that was kind of during the time that COVID was still kind of peaking and everything was all shut down. But per your corporate quota or whatever it was, you guess gotta go service the machine, even though no one was up there. So I'd walk down this and it's just me. Like very rarely would I ever have like a coworker with me. Usually, most of the time it was just me. And you'd have to go down this long, dark, half-lit hallway, and sometimes there's just be people up there. And you're like, who are you? And and then of course the vending machine is in the dark part of the hallway.
You got some Coke, man?
And yeah, literally.
I'm the Coke guy.
Coke, man,
And you'd
coming
be
through.
opening up this machine
my
and
fucking
stuff,
touch
and dealing and you'd have like cash money with you and stuff, and you're like, hey, who are they? Like, you get robbed in here in a hotel. It's terrifying. I'm glad that place kind of shut down because it was sketchy.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever been to the second floor of that place.
I wouldn't recommend
We're
it.
talking
back
the
in the
one
day.
off the frontage road right by the
Yeah.
interstate, right?
Yeah.
That
Right on the
used
river.
to have
Alright,
Dukes
so
in it. And shit.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
I rented a jacuzzi suite one time.
Me too.
And,
Did you get tested afterwards?
No, but I did grow a third nut, so I mean, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't, But
Right.
man, I mean, think about the possibilities. with
Now I
three
got
of them.
more to give.
more to give. You know what I'm saying?
Special kids come out of that.
Yeah, only the best kids come out of that one. Oh, fucked up. Yeah, dude, that's it wasn't bad then, but
No, back in the day, it was.
it was like
legit.
cool way back then. You know what I mean? Like I was having a pretty good time but I felt all right having a good time there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I didn't feel like I shouldn't be doing what I was doing.
It would just be kind of interesting just to like, not saying I'm gonna do it.
I do love on TikTok those exploration videos. Like
Word,
though,
dude. That's
that those people do that because I'm on the safety of my fucking screen. You know what I'm saying? Like, walk through the valley of shadow and death and stuff, but not some fucking old rundown motel with a hole in the wall.
I ain't scared. I do that.
Dope,
I've been
dude.
I've been to prison, jail, all that shit.
Yeah.
That shit does not scare
I'm not
me.
scared.
That's dope, dude. In the small towns, we would do that because there's always a fucking strip of buildings that are abandoned and shit or half burnt down or stuff, where you can get to roofs and stuff. I love roofs. I love finding roofs.
Yeah,
I do too.
yeah.
Or like when you accidentally are just like, oh fuck, there's the roof of the place. You shoot up there, or some maintenance guy accidentally leaves his door
Yeah.
unlocked.
You find the fucking roof of the
going
hotel.
for it, that is always the best, man. And then I stayed at an Airbnb in St. Louis, and these hippies had gotten this old building that was basically like 4 living quarters in there. And I could hear sprinklers going. I was like, oh, dude, she's got a garden up on the top fucking roof and stuff. I don't know. I think that shit's cool.
Hell yeah, it is cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah. You reminded me of something that I was going to talk about when you were talking about doors.
Oh, yeah.
So I seen this video today. Of course, it was on TikTok nonetheless, but they did not say his name, but he actually got all geared up, safety vest, whatnot, goes to Denver airport because he wants to explore what's underneath.
Yeah, I know where this is going.
Yeah, I believe he was from Ohio. Traveled all the way down there. Got to this door, patiently waited for somebody to fucking open it. 3 hours later, I don't know if this is factual or not, but it interests me.
Yeah.
3 hours later, the door opens. He sneaks in there, and he sees like glass tubes with water and humans and animals in them.
Oh, fuck around.
And he went to go. Well, he posted pictures, and then guess what happened?
He died?
Disappeared.
Yeah.
Did he shoot himself in the back of the head?
Yeah,
Ooh, I don't know. He might have hung himself.
He started dating Courtney Love.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's still very interesting just because, like, man, I wonder what's down below there. I heard something else, too, about National Forest. You know how there's, like, the 411 Lost or something like that, where people get lost in the forest or whatnot?
I've seen some of those videos on TikTok. You're talking about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Where people just disappear.
Well, apparently there's some kind of realm in the national forests, and because all of the national forests are owned by the government.
Yeah.
And when has the government ever done anything for free?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, apparently, yeah, they get lost and
yeah.
whatever the fuck.
That's where the aliens set up their points. Like,
I mean, who knows
you send
anymore?
people over here, we'll take these ones that are dumb enough to come in here.
The specimens. Here, as long as we're traveling down this path, Walmarts are all strategically located throughout the world. And think about a Walmart. Dude, you could land a helicopter on the roof. No windows.
Ooh.
Only a front door, 2 front doors to defend in an end-of-the-world situation. And everything is there. Camping supplies, clothing, storage facilities, fucking, all sorts of shit's
Yeah,
there.
the
You know what I'm
list
saying?
goes
Like
on,
think
yeah.
of everything that's there. There's some basic hunting ammunition. You know, during the thing, they got rid of pistols and pistol ammo, but they kept hunting guns and hunting ammo, bows, arrows, all this stuff's still there.
Oh, yeah.
And so, you know what I mean? Like in a thing, that's where you fucking would want to go in a bug out situation, and now they've started closing them for hours at night, right? Used to be only closed on Christmas Day, right? So that's why they had to have locks. They previously, otherwise there'd be no reason that 7-Elevens didn't have locks. You know what I'm saying? Walmart's needed to have locks because they were locked on Christmas Day. Well, ever since the COVID situation, big C word, they started closing at night. So they are locked more often, right? So what's transitioning there? What's
Right.
all of them,
I'm going to go to Sportsman's Warehouse to get nicer guns.
Ooh.
More of a selection.
Is that a plug? Did Sportsman's
Yeah.
pay you to do that?
No, they did not. They should.
But they
You guys
could.
Yeah. You can go ahead and sponsor us.
Yes, please jump on this. I would go to Rocky Mountain Discount Sports.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going there
Local.
first. well, I wasn't going to rob shit from them. Cause
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I hear that. Accurate. Never steal from your own kind.
They're probably the guys that would be like, here's a gun.
Yeah, dude. They just have a fucking stand out front.
When you were talking about the whole Walmart thing and all that, it brought I can't remember the name of that zombie movie back in the Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
Or
Living Dead?
one of those, but they like the zombies came and they went into the mall.
Yep.
I don't remember which one it was, but
I don't
it
even.
doesn't fucking matter.
Although Rocky Mountain Discount too, to keep boosting them up. I love out of state people when they come to town, take them to Rocky Mountain Discount Sports. They're like, "Whoa, why are the guns right fucking there?" I was like, "Touch it." Like, is this a trick? my God, pick the fucker up. Look at it. Fucking get to know what you want to fucking buy or not, you know? Like, holy shit. They're like, oh, why do I have the gun? I was like, put it back on the shelf if you're scared of it.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking gun. It's got a safety lock on it. There's no bullets in it. We're cool.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking gun.
Welcome
you
to
know?
Wyoming.
Yeah. And show them that, you know, like, it's still a little bit wild out here, but, you know, like I guess that's a treat that most of America doesn't get, you know?
That's why I like this fucking place.
And the corporate stores, you can't do that. You know, Sportsman's, most of them are local boys that are working there, or girls that are working there. And, you know, they're cool with you and stuff. You can, you know, touch and feel whatever you want, but, you know, it's all behind the fucking counter, and you're not supposed to step back there, you know?
Right.
But.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
And it says going down the conspiracy hole again.
Oh, yeah.
With a smiley
As long as there's an
Love
again
the
on the end of it, then I'm cool.
We could be here for the next 7
Yeah,
hours.
dude, I fucking I get locked into some of them so hard. The rabbit hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, holy shit, what the fuck? Is this real?
I know, you just say it out loud and you're like, wait, the fuck, man? It does make sense when you say it, though. You know, like, what the shit, man?
Oh, man. Shoot, do you guys have any other plugs you want to throw out there?
Stream our music, 10-4-10, 10 FOUR10.
Where do you find that at?
Just type it into Google, you'll be there.
Yeah.
On all major streaming services, dude. Fucking, we're there, dude.
The Apple Google podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
Yeah, man. No, for real, though. Like, you can punch that into fucking anywhere and you're there.
Shit, yeah. When's that Sturgis date?
August 5th. First Saturday of Sturgis. Get after it.
JMPE?
Oh, yeah. JMP Cycles, 2 p.m.
That's the next show, right?
Yep. That's our next show.
That's the next time you get to see these beautiful fellas with a 10-4-10.
And Clarissa will be making her debut in the merch booth. So
Ooh.
she is dope, dude. You're not going to want to miss her.
Sweet.
I might drop her to the store the day before, just so she's available on there. But,
Hell yeah.
yeah, dude, she's fucking hitting on a whole nother level. Yeah.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, if you're even remotely a fan of our merch currently, you will love her. So
Sweet.
I know we've talked before, but I am truly grateful that you guys actually, or we all got to sit down and bullshit. You know what I mean?
This
Yeah,
has been
for
great.
sure.
I played your headphones on song that one time on the podcast, but
Ooh, thank you.
yeah, I heard fucking copyright shit. Even if you guys tell me it's okay for me to play it,
Yeah.
I can still get in trouble
We do own 100% of all of our music. We're
Oh,
not just throwing
sweet.
that DIY around. We are completely independent.
Oh, rad.
We are just us, man.
bad to the bone.
So yeah.
we'd have had her queued up on.
Yeah.
No,
We
no.
just been worried
Thank you
about that
for
shit.
being respectful about stuff. But no, we
Oh,
are as real as it gets, man. Look, you can touch us. You can
Yeah.
feel us.
Yeah. Well, that one day, so I was what I wanted to do with the podcast too is kind of like how I was doing the radio thing. So it'd be like, talk a little bit, cue up, shit.
Yeah.
And just make it a podcast platform because doing the live radio, I'm bringing that back too. Just to
Dope.
let everybody know.
Love a radio with
it's
a real
coming
DJ.
back.
and you do sport that DJ voice, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I was like,
Years
whoa.
in the works.
Oh yes.
But yeah, so what I found is if I would do it in the podcast platform, no matter what, I can still get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows?
By whoever records it.
Yeah.
The artist can be like, oh yeah, use whatever you
Well,
want.
no, and I mean, and nothing says that, so yeah, never step out of like getting your art in trouble.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like,
yeah, trust me.
yeah. I mean, we've all pushed and found lines throughout the years, and it's like, well, that's where you definitely don't go any further then.
Yeah.
Okay, so the whole fucking state's pissed off at me.
Yeah.
Joey Dietrich versus the state of Wyoming. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. And you've had one of those, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, fuck, man. But no, dude, definitely, if you want to help boost us, dude, like, we are the real deal.
You know, like most people don't realize this, but it's my understanding REM was the first original like large scale DIY band.
Shit,
Man,
yeah.
you know, like they weren't punk rock, they weren't synth pop, they weren't metal, and they were coming out in that era. That those were what's all over the airwaves, and all of a sudden REM's just fucking all over the place. You know, everyone can at least drop a couple of REM lyrics right now, and they were not on a major label when they hit, dude. They were full DIY, you know, and then, you know, you've got all the cool old school names to drop, you know, like Iggy Pop and the Stooges, the Ramones, you know, like, but even Motorhead was on a major label, you know, but they're still considered underground, you know, and so yeah, no, it's we're real.
Well, I wasn't bullshitting. I don't remember exactly what I put in for the description of the event, but I think it was something like the new, like, upcoming band here around town.
Yeah, that's
and
like
I
Pushing
truly
Hard or
believe, I truly believe your guys' dedication and the fact that you're sitting there making your own merch and shit like that. That's, what do the kids call it nowadays? A flex or some shit.
Oh, shit,
you know what
yeah,
I
dude.
mean? Like,
Flexing.
and
Yeah.
I can relate with you guys so much, not on a musical thing, but as far as like the podcast, the artwork, and like trying to just, you know,
Hustle.
I am so grateful that you guys stopped by just to sit and
man.
bullshit, because
So glad to be
I
here.
love feeding off of other people that are trying to better themselves and get their shit out there to other people. You know what I mean? Like-minded individuals.
And that's what I put in the post. You know what I mean? It was like, man, let's get some energy going together. You know what I mean? Because I could feel it off you guys that night. You know what I mean? You guys showed up as is. You know, sorry to keep coming back to Nirvana, but come as you are. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, word, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Just fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like, fucking bring to the table what you got, man. If you're bringing funeral potatoes or you're bringing fucking steak, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking bring them.
Yeah.
And,
Hell yeah, man.
do it.
You don't know if you don't ask. A closed mouth does not get fed.
Nobody knows what you're thinking unless you say that shit.
That's
man.
right.
Fuck, yes, dude. Dig it.
We're gonna get up out of here. We are. Oh, what is that? Sitting skeezier than a Sunday. I think that's what the line was that I came up with last.
Skeezier than a Sunday.
That's right. You're tuned in to the Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast. I'm your host, Stevie V,
Josh and
we got,
Joey Dietrich
And John Salisbury.
of 10-4-10.
and we are signing off. Thank you, everybody that has tuned in to the Facebook Live video tonight. We're going to get this episode out on the Spotify, the Apple, all those wonderful things, either today or not today, tomorrow, the day after, one of these days during the week, either or. We fucking appreciate you guys. All you
Every
wonderful
last one of you.
Yeah.
Mwah, mwah.
Rocky what? Cha-cha-cheetah. Free-wheel bicycle.
That's right.